If you're like me, you love your beard, and you take time each morning to lovingly care for and groom it. But there lurks a silent, malicious villain, hell-bent on ruining your awesome beard day. That's right, Beardos. Today we're talking humidity. But what actually is humidity, and what does it do to our beards? Well, to answer those questions, we must turn to science. Humidity is a measure of how much water vapor is suspended in the air. The more water vapor in the air, the more muggy and gross it feels. Now, weather reports often feature an estimate of relative humidity for the day, but this number can be a little bit misleading. You see, relative humidity is temperature dependent. Cooler air can't hold as much water as warmer air. So, 50% relative humidity at 40 degrees is actually less humid than 50% relative humidity at 80 degrees. So even though many locales often experience high levels of relative humidity, areas of the country that are both hot and wet, such as the Gulf Coast, are home to the highest actual levels of water vapor in the air. Absolute humidity is the measure of the actual amount of water vapor suspended in the air. In the weather report, this is expressed as the dew point. Now, the dew point is the temperature at which the water in the air will condense and precipitate. The higher the dew point, the more water vapor there is in the air. Generally speaking, the air starts to feel muggy and gross around a dew point of 55 degrees. Here, where I live in Louisiana, average summer dew points are in the mid-70s. All that water in the air can have a detrimental effect on your beard. To see how that happens, cue the visual aid. On the outside of your hair are these overlapping cuticle scales. Now, the scales are made of fatty acids, which love to repel water. But the scales are only attached to the hair at one end of the scale, leaving openings for water to potentially get inside of the hair. Now, on the inside of your hair strand are these long strands of keratin molecules, which love to interact with water. When we style our beards, we line up those keratin strands, which are then held in place by hydrogen bonds with the water already inside of the hair. But these bonds are actually quite weak and can be broken in the presence of additional water. When the humidity level rises, the water level outside the hair and inside the hair gets thrown out of balance. The water outside the hair then tries to invade the hair strand, which then breaks these hydrogen bonds that are holding your hair in place, letting the hair return to its natural form, where the water forms new hydrogen bonds, cementing the hair into an undesirable shape until it gets wet and styled again. Does that mean that those of us who live in super humid environments are totally screwed? Kinda. But there are some things we can do to keep humidity at bay and give our beards a fighting chance. Protect your cuticle scales. Those little scales are your natural defense against water, but they're also really fragile. I know it looks cool to stroke your beard, but the cuticle scales can be damaged from constant abrasive contact, so keep your hands out of your beards and only comb and brush as much as you absolutely have to. Hair is most fragile when it's wet, so be careful when you towel dry as well. Gently blot the hair instead of rubbing it. Heat can also damage your cuticle scales, so keep your drying, straightening, and styling tools at their coolest effective temperature. I keep my straightening brush at 310 degrees. And definitely do not exceed 370 degrees. You may also want to use a heat shield spray, which will help to evenly distribute the heat and reduce hot spots as you use your power tools. Condition your beard. One of the benefits of using conditioners is that they deposit surfactants onto your hair. Now, conditioner surfactants are long-chain hydrophobic molecules that coat the outside of your hair strands. Because they repel water, these surfactants provide an effective barrier against humidity. But the bonds that hold the surfactants onto your hair are not permanent, so the effects of a conditioner will wear off as the day progresses. Use leave-in products. You have a variety of leave-in products to choose from. These include oils, butters, balms, and waxes. The more liquidy the product, the easier it is to apply, but the quicker it wears off. The more waxy the product, the more work it takes to apply, but the longer it stays in once it's in there. To recap, humidity sucks, but if you keep your hair strands healthy and use daily applications of conditioner and leave-in products, you at least stand a chance at fighting off humidity and keeping your beard looking amazing. Good luck, Beardos. Well, that brings us to the end of another exciting beard video. My beard and I wish to thank you for spending some time with us today. If you enjoyed our time together, press that subscribe button. To all you beard aspirers and beard admirers, my beard and I wish you safe travels, and we'll see you in the next video.